Hi everyone. We're just waiting on a few more people to join and then we'll start with the webinar with the presentation. So just give it another 5 minutes and let's wait for the others.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so I believe most of you all have joined. So yeah, let's start with the webinar. Let's just
Yes, ma'am. First, can we give an introduction about making
yes,
that
yes,
on our side?
definitely. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. I'd
Atharva?
like to welcome everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
We have Atharva with us.
Okay.
Atharva, can you please?
Yeah, the camera is turning off on. Am I
Okay,
visible?
Atharva, you can start. Yes.
So good evening, every one of you present here, and welcome to today's webinar session. It's a great pleasure for me, to host this webinar in which we are going to have an ethical and comprehensive discussion about specializing in abroad studies, immigration, and career counseling for the students who want to pursue their education in a foreign destination. So like want to know more about how to make your career in foreign countries and to create a better life for yourself, then I think this is the perfect place and webinar for you. So I think it is an honor for me to introduce you to our speakers, Ms. Nidhi Rangari and Mr. Abhijit Bhati. Ms. Nidhi is the founder and director of Making Grad and is a recognized senior counselor, providing ingenious advice and strategic planning on issues students face while planning for abroad studies and career development. At Making Grad Overseas Education Consultants, Nidhi governs all the strategies, operations, supporting the firm's development side by side with the growth and success of our students. Before starting Making Grad, Ms. Nidhi earned her skills in leading organization in India and as an expert in recruitment, consulting, and professional development. Mr. Abhijit Bhati completed his bachelor's in business management. He's a graduate in management studies from University of Mumbai. He's a professional with years of experience in business development and client servicing for over 3 years before moving to join Nidhi and build his, entrepreneurial instinct of making Grad Group to facilitate sound education among the future students. Co-founder and visionary leader, Mr. Abhijit guides overall strategy, creative marketing, and leads the entire Making Grad team, ensuring that Making Grad lives up to our standards of excellence. Making Rad Overseas Education Consultancy is one of the top consultancies in Mumbai, based out of Mumbai, and it has been in the business for like more than 5 years, and has helped more than 400 plus students to go live their dreams. So now I hand over the platform to Ms. Nidhi Rangari to commence the webinar. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this webinar. As Maz has introduced, my name is Nidhi Rangari. I'm the founder of Making Rad Overseas Education Consultants. In today's webinar, what we'll be speaking about, I'll be giving you all some insights about the application process and how we will be helping you out in achieving your goals. Just before we start the webinar, what I'd like to request you all, if you all have any questions at all, just go ahead and type them out in the chat box. We'll address all the questions that you'll be typing out in the chat box once the webinar, once the presentation is done, and we can discuss those same questions in the Q&A the time that will be allotted to it. So let's just start with the webinar. First of all, I'd like to tell you all how is this webinar going to guide you all today. Now, I'm sure you all must have attended a lot of webinars, most of you all have also gone to a lot of consultancies, I'm very sure of that. How I want to help you all, or how we want to help you all today, is to understand and get an in-depth understanding of how your application process looks like, what your timeline should look like. That is one of the most important things before you even go ahead and plan to go ahead and study abroad. So this is what you'll be learning and what you'll be understanding in the webinar today. Okay, so the first and the most important thing that anybody would ask, this is one of the most important questions, is what are the entrance tests that one needs to give before planning their studies abroad. This can be for any country. Now, there are a lot of countries that students look into. Engineering students look into USA, Canada, Australia, Germany as well. So for these countries, there is one test which is mandatory, which is going to be an English language test. We'll speak about this in detail when we come to the slide for that, but what you'll need to understand is an overall view at the moment, so that we can go ahead and later on speak about it in detail when that slide comes. So the first and the most important thing is entrance tests. There are 4 tests that you all need to keep in mind. One is going to be your GRE, second one is your GMAT, specifically for MBA. In terms of your English language tests, there are 2. One is going to be your IELTS test, another one is going to be your TOEFL. So you all can either opt for either of that, either IELTS or TOEFL. The only difference between IELTS and TOEFL is the difference of the accent, nothing else. IELTS has a UK accent and TOEFL has an American accent. Now, coming to the important documents that you all need to collect for your application process. There is going to be a list of documents that, of course, we'll speak about in detail. Specifically, the important documents that you all need to collect are your transcripts from your college. I'm sure you all must have had a lot of senior friends who all have gone to study abroad, and they must have told you about all of these documents, about transcripts, about getting letters of recommendation, writing a statement of purpose. These are the 3 most important documents that you all will need to get on your end. Of course, we'll be helping you out, writing the statement of purpose, writing the letters of recommendation as well. All you need to do is just proofread it, get it signed and stamped, and give a soft copy to the recommender who will be assigning your letter of recommendation. Okay. Now, what does the process look like? When we speak or when we even think about studying abroad, people say that it's very easy. You could just start applying in the month of, let's say, March, and you'll be flying in the month of June or September. It does not work like that. This is something that all students need to understand. If you are starting your process in the month of August of, let's say, 2021, it will take an entire year or at least 9 months for you to finish off that process and then fly to your desired country. This is going to be mandatory. This timeline is going to be mandatory for each country that we'll be looking at, specifically USA and Canada, as well as UK. So you all have to keep in mind that this entire process, even though lengthy and tricky, it becomes easier over time once you understand what the process is going to include. Okay. Next one. is going to be why you should study abroad. There are a lot of different things, different opinions people have about studying abroad. It could be you all could have your own reasons. Maybe you have your your brothers or sisters studying already abroad. You know the lifestyle, you want to have that lifestyle for yourself. You probably want to go and live in that particular country. You want to gain the education specifically. Most students, of course, yes, they do want to gain more education, want to gain a better standard of living, want to have better job opportunities, and that is why you all could have different reasons why you all would want to go ahead and study abroad. This is not something that I would say, this is the reason that you should go ahead and study abroad. No, you all have your own reasons. If somebody does not want to go and study abroad, of course, they have their own reasons. But you all should understand what your goal looks like, why do you have these goals, and how I'm going to talk about how we are going to be helping you out in achieving these goals, why you should go ahead and study abroad, and how it's going to help you out. Last, for this part is something that I want to speak about specifically are going to be your finances. A lot of you all must have questions about funding, scholarships, your tuition fees. How can you manage your finances? What if you need to take a loan? How do you manage your loan? When can it be repaid? How much time it's going to take? I know you all have a lot of questions, and that those will be answered when we go to the Q&A section. So please definitely go ahead and write down any questions regarding to these topics that you all have. Please note it down. Please write it down so that I can answer it later on. When I speak about finances, yes, it is a little trickier to understand how to manage your finances, but we are here to help you out. We would specifically, suggest students to come along with their parents and speak with us, so that most of you, all your parents are going to be your sponsors. So when they understand when to get that money, where to put that money, what money needs to be shown to the university to get your document from the university, what money needs to be shown to the visa officer just so that he is assured that you are financially stable, and then he'll approve your visa. So when we speak about finances, it's a lengthier process that I want you all to understand. For example, I'm just giving you all an example. Let's just take into consideration the country USA. For USA, this is an information that not many consultants or anybody would give you. I want you all to have this knowledge so that whenever you all go to any other consultancy also, make sure you all ask them questions related to this, because they don't usually tell you about this. There are two amounts that needs to be shown when you go ahead and plan to study abroad. One amount needs to be shown to the university so that you can assure them that you have the funds and the finances through which you can sustain yourself in that particular country. That is when they'll issue you your visa document. Now, for example, for USA, you have a document called as an I-20. The university will only issue you your I-20 if you show them the finances for the first year's tuition fee. Now, there is another amount that you need to show, which is going to be to the visa officer so that he can issue you your visa. Now, for your visa, what you need to show is the amount that you have shown for the first year to the university. You need to show the double of that amount to your visa officer, just so that he is assured that you have the funds and finances to sustain yourself in the US. This was just an example for USA. It's going to be different for different countries. Okay? Okay. Now, why I would say these are few of the reasons why one would or you all would definitely want to go ahead and study abroad. Why students have previously gone to study abroad are for these specific reasons, what we could understand from them. Firstly is going to be a flexible curriculum. I understand engineering or any degree for that matter here in India. This is not in comparison, but I'm just telling you all how it differs from country to country. So when we look at the curriculum in abroad, any country for that matter, let it be UK, Germany, USA or Canada, the curriculum is very, very flexible. You can choose your subjects, which subject you need to take in that particular semester, what subject to exclude in that semester, which you can probably go ahead and take it later on. You can add as many as credit scores as many as you want for that particular semester. It is completely up to you. Nobody is going to force you that this is going to be your syllabus for this particular semester. These are the subjects that you're going to be studying. No, it's not going to be like that. You'll have a lot of flexibility to select your subjects, your courses, your majors while deciding your major as well. For example, if you're going to study computer science and let's just say you want to do a specialization in that, let's just say networking or something here. So when you go ahead and study for the first semester, you'll understand whether networking is really your subject, whether this is going to be your major for your master's degree. And if not, then you can definitely go ahead and take a different major. You can select a different major until and unless you don't assure the university that yes, I want to be fixated on this particular major. That is not going to be your major until that time. So you will have to declare your major. That is something that we call as declaring your major. You declare it to the university that this is going to be my major. Until the time you don't do it, that won't be your major. It's going to be another subject that you'll be studying. This is what I tell about when we talk about curriculum, going to different universities or countries, how flexible it's going to be for you all. Next is going to be your course availability and specializations. Of course, for example, let's just say again computer science. For this, there are two countries which are specifically for this particular course. One is going to be USA and the another one is going to be Ireland. Of course, there's UK as well, but USA being more inclined towards a course that is computer science, students look to go to USA and pursue this particular course. So when we talk about course availability and specializations, I also speak about the university. So if that particular course is available in that university and you like the curriculum, as like we spoke about the flexibility of the curriculum, if you like the curriculum, definitely only then go ahead and apply to that university, or only then go ahead and study in that particular university if that specialization or that course is available in that university. Okay. Here, of course, when you go ahead and study abroad, you get a practical understanding of the subject. It's not going to be bookish. You'll be given a lot of assignments, which you, of course, you all have here also. But these are going to be on a much more higher level as what it is here in India. So you all will get a practical understanding of the subject, not just the bookish, you just read your textbook and go. When I also say practical understanding, here when you go study abroad, you'll have to write a lot of papers as well. When I say papers, there'll be a subject that'll be given to you, like we wrote essays here in India. It's going to be similar to that when they'll be giving you a subject or a topic, and you'll have to write your, let's just say, thesis or an understanding, or what your understanding is of that particular topic of subject. Everybody has to write that. When you write that, there shouldn't be any plagiarism at all. Because as I know that as Indians, we have this tendency to go ahead and look for something online and just, go ahead and write it out and then just submit it. And nobody is going to go ahead and cross-check it or ask it to you again, like, where did you get it from or anything at all. It's not going to happen like that. When you go ahead and study abroad, plagiarism is completely, it needs to be avoided at all circumstances. Here, when I talk about practical understanding, you need to understand the subject that has been taught to you. How you'll use it in your paper, in the topics that will be given to you to write or to understand, will be on your own knowledge, is what you've understood from what they have taught you in that particular subject. It does not need to come from any online sources at all. So this is how you get practical understanding of the subject that has been taught to you. Okay, of course, there are better job opportunities. I'm not saying, and I won't ever say that India does not have job. There are a lot of job opportunities in India as well. But I would say that in abroad, there are better job opportunities. There is, better flexibility. And also, you can also expect there is definitely they're going to be giving you higher salaries as compared to India. So these are, two of the most important reasons why most of the students look to go ahead and study abroad. Yes, you'll also have high quality of living. It's going to be different. I would definitely say that you'll be living on your own. You'll have your own freedom. And that is when you decide and you choose to have that quality of living or not. Yes, there are going to be permanent residency options also. Most of you all would also look to go ahead and relocate, and that is another reason why students go ahead and plan their study abroad is for this particular reason also. So these are one of the few reasons that I just gave why one would look to go ahead and study abroad. Now we'll just be speaking about the different countries and the average salaries that students can expect after they graduate from doing that particular course. So for USA, you can expect somewhere around 45 to 74 lakh rupees per year. That's going to be your average salary. For Canada, it's going to be 29 lakhs to, let's just say it does go till 35 lakhs per year. For UK, it's going to go from somewhere around 55 to 60 lakhs per year. For Australia, it's going to be again 40 lakhs per year. For Germany, yes, I have not updated this, but it does go somewhere around 35 to 40 lakhs is something that I tell you. This is just for your understanding as to what our students have previously gone and worked for these companies and studied in these universities and countries have received as a salary package. So this is only for your understanding what Amazon provides you. Now it can differ again, but this is only for your understanding. Yes, our students have also gone ahead and worked for Tesla. They've done internships. They've been working there for the last 2-3 years. So this is how it's going to be working for you as well. Now, this is only an understanding, and this is moreover like comparison of what you can expect of earning here in India and earning in the US. So here, for a 1 to 2 years of experience, you will be earning somewhere around 5 to 15 lakhs. And if you go on for 10 to 12 years, that is when you'll go ahead and earn 40 to 50 lakhs. I know I have not updated the numbers over here, but this is something, you see the difference now. When we speak about a yearly salary that you'll be earning when you go abroad and study and what you'll be earning here in India. So this is the only difference that I want you all to understand and know. Okay, now we come to the most important part of the presentation or the webinar that we are speaking about today. Is everybody wants to know about the timeline and how you go about that timeline, because right now we are in the month of October has just begun, so it's not that late. It's something that I'll tell you, because the application process goes on till the month of March 2022. So anybody who tells you otherwise is absolutely wrong. So I'll just tell you all how you need to go about with your application process and which month do you need to start with your application process, which month you all need to start with, at least plan out that you have to go. And when I speak about an entire year's planning, this is what your timeline should look like. So for example, for somebody who wants to go ahead and study for the fall 2022 intake, which is going to be next year in the month of September, you'll have to start your process by June 2021. Again, repeating myself, it's not that late right now. Also, you can go ahead and start with your application process. This is just for whoever who has begun before you all. Okay, so we suggest students that you all go ahead and start with the application process in the month of June, and this is when you come to us, to Making Grad or to any other consultancy that you would want to go ahead with. This is a timeline explaining how we'll be helping you out with your application process along with your timeline. Now, in the month of July, what we'll tell you is to go ahead and start collecting your documents from your college and start preparing for your entrance exam. Like we spoke in the first slide, when I told about collecting your documents. Now, I would want you all to, of course, go ahead and write it down somewhere so that you can go ahead and ask those questions later on. Okay, we help you out definitely in collecting all the documents that you all require for your application process. For example, getting your transcripts from your college. Of course, that's an easier thing to do. You just need to give a call to your college administration, tell them that you need your transcripts. They'll issue it to you within the next 15 to 20 days. This is one of the most important documents that you all need to collect. It's called as transcripts. Okay, the other two documents, the most important documents, are going to be your statement of purpose and your letters of recommendation. What we'll be doing is we'll be drafting your letters of recommendation for you, since professors are not usually willing to write the letters of recommendation for you all. What we do is we'll write it for you. All you need to do is go and show it to the professor, get it proofread from them, then get it printed on the letterhead of the college, get it signed and stamped, and give a soft copy to your professors. Why do you need to give a soft copy to your professors? So that whenever they receive a link from the university, they just need to go ahead and upload that letter of recommendation on the link that is provided to them. Okay, we also help you in writing. We write, in fact, I would say we write a statement of purpose for you, depending upon the answers that you provide for a few questions that we'll be asking you. We write down your statement of purpose, and that can be altered as and when and however you like your SOP to be. This is also the time when you start preparing for your entrance exams. Your entrance exams could be, either GRE or GRE and TOEFL, or GRE and IELTS. It could be GMAT and IELTS, or GMAT and TOEFL, or it could just be IELTS if you're going for Germany or Canada. Okay, so this is what you have to do when you begin with your application process, be it from the month of June or be it from the month of October. These are the first steps that you need to take. Okay, then you go ahead and appear for your GRE exam, because this takes somewhere around, I think you receive your score the same day itself. You get your score on the screen, so that's not an issue. That is something that we can definitely put in your application form. But for you to receive your score sheet, it will take some time. That is why we suggest students to go ahead and appear for your GRE. Answering the question for your GRE waiver, yes, there are a lot of universities who have waived off GRE. They had definitely waived it off for the fall 2021 intake. But we are yet to confirm with all the universities whether they'll be waiving it for the month or for the intake of September 2022 or not, given that everything is opening up right now. So anyone who has questions regarding the GRE waiver, this is answering that yes, there are a lot of universities who are waiving it off, but those are for certain departments. Different departments have different prerequisites, different departments have different requirements. So if in case your department is saying that you need to appear for your GRE, or you need to send your GRE score, you will have to appear for your GRE score. Okay, how giving your GRE helps is that irrespective of what score you get, even if your college or your university or your department has waived off GRE for you, we would suggest going ahead and appearing for your GRE test. Why? Is irrespective of what score you get, it does not matter what score you get. You get a 299, you get a 298, 287 in fact, or 280 also. How it will help you is that when you go for your visa interview, or for, let's just say, for your visa application, they'll ask you whether you have appeared for your GRE exam or not. This is when they get a guarantee that yes, this student was very serious about coming to our country to study. So this gives them, an assurity that yes, this is a very good student who has appeared for his GRE. He was trying. This will help you in getting your visa. This will help you in lifting up your profile also a little bit in front of the visa office. So that is why appearing for your GRE is important, irrespective of the score. Okay. Now you go ahead and appear for your IELTS and your TOEFL exam. It does not matter which month it is in, because the application process goes on till the month of March or April 2022. IELTS, TOEFL is going to be fairly easy for you all, given your hold on English language. I'm sure of that for most of you all. So you all don't need to worry about this. I think a month's preparation would be enough for you all to give your IELTS or TOEFL. The only difference between IELTS and TOEFL is that IELTS is scored on a band of 9 and TOEFL is scored on a scale of 120. The difference between IELTS and TOEFL majorly is of the accent. Otherwise, every section is the same: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The only difference that you'll find is of the accent. IELTS is UK accent, TOEFL is American accent. Okay. Now, October is a very important month in terms of your applications to the university, let it be any country for that matter. This is when the priority applications to the universities will begin. Most universities would start their applications in the month of October. Yes, they do have rolling applications, rolling deadlines also, but the earlier you send out your applications, the better it is for you to receive funding, to receive scholarships if there are any available. It's first come first basis, so the earlier you apply, the better it is going to be for you. So start anytime. Whatever step you are on right now, just go ahead and look out for universities, see whether they have opened up their application portals. If they have, definitely go ahead and start with the applications in the month of October. Now, in the month of November, the application process, the rolling application deadlines will continue. It will continue till the month of December, January, February, March, and April. That's it. Now, again, while you're going on with the application process, we would like to meet with your parents or your sponsors for that matter, so that they understand how do they need to manage the finances, what money needs to be shown. Like I spoke about USA, there are two types of money and amounts that needs to be shown. So meeting with your parents is going to be a very, very important thing for us, so that they understand how to manage finances, when you need to take your loan and everything. Okay. Like I said, the university will start, the application process will go until the month of March. Universities will start rolling out the admits from the month of February, and it will go on till the month of April, in fact, May. In the month of May, we start with a visa application process, and then in the month of June, you'll have your visa appointment. In the month of August or September, you'll fly to your desired country for your fall 2022 intake. Now, again, how do we help you out? I know you all have a good understanding of what consultants or education consultants look like, and you all must have visited, a few of you all must have visited them already. So I'll just give you all an overview of how we'll be helping you out with this as well. Most of you all want to, go ahead and switch your stream, or just want to don't have to do anything with IT. You all just want to get out of that and go into management. So this is where we help you out. Again, we'll help you out with the course selection. We understand what courses are booming at the moment, what would suit your needs, what would suit your profile. So we'll help you out in course selection. We'll shortlist universities for you. Most of you all must have gone to IDP anywhere. They'll shortlist 3 universities for you and be done with it. We'll be shortlisting at least 8 to 10 universities for you. You can also choose to apply to any university of your liking. Those can be ambitious, those can be safe. That is completely up to you. We'll help you out with your documents, like I spoke about, writing a statement of purpose, writing your letters of recommendation, getting all your transcripts, just managing all your documents all together. We'll help you out with the application submission. We'll be filling out your application form so that you don't have to do it. So this is how we are going to make your life a little bit more easier if you are in your 3rd or 4th year and you don't want to waste any more time, in application submission. You'd rather focus on giving your exams, your final year exams or your 3rd year exams, so you don't have to worry about this. Again, like I spoke about meeting with your parents and speaking to them about the finances. Will help you out in managing your finances, be it loan or anything at all. We'll fill out an application form, visa application forms as well. So that is again something that you all don't need to worry about. We'll be taking your visa mock interviews as well. What we do here is that we'll speak to you over Zoom call, because right now it's not possible for everybody to come to our office. If it is possible, definitely we'd love it. But we'll be taking a lot of extensive visa mock interviews for you, so that you are very strong and confident about giving your answers in front of the visa officer. Sorry. Okay. So these are just a few more, important points to remember before you go ahead and start with your application process. I'm sure most of you all already must have started with it, but for those who have not, this is something that you all just need to remember. This is only for your knowledge. Again, talking about the entrance exams, GRE, GMAT, TOEFL and IELTS. GRE is given for anybody who wants to pursue a master's course to study abroad. It's scored on a scale of 340. GMAT is scored on a scale of 700. TOEFL is scored on a scale of 120. And IELTS is scored on a band of 9. So these are the entrance exams that you need to keep in mind. Applications to be sent in the priority deadlines to avail scholarships. Yes, there are priority deadlines for every university in any of the country that you would want to apply to. To avail good scholarships, yes, you have to send out your applications in the priority deadlines. The priority deadlines would be anything. They just mention it on their website that this is our priority deadline. If not, you can still go ahead and apply until the end of the rolling deadlines as well. It's not that you won't receive a scholarship. Of course you can if they have the funding available. Okay, then we write statements of purpose for every student, so it's going to be different for every student. We are not going to be repetitive, of course, because if there are 10 of you applying to the same university, we definitely can't send out the same statement of purpose for all 10 of you also. Statement of purposes would be different for each student. Okay. Then what you would require is 3 letters of recommendation. It can be anybody, 3 different professors that you're on good terms with, who are willing to submit your statement of your letters of recommendation. Again, mentioning that we'll be writing or drafting your letters of recommendation. All you need to do is get it signed and stamped from them by printing it on the letterhead of your college. Okay. How to finance your education. Okay, first thing, you need to check with the cost of attendance of that particular university. Cost of attendance, understanding what costs you're going to incur is very, very important, irrespective of you receiving a scholarship or not. That's the later part. You will still have to go ahead and apply first. So apply to the universities where you think and you believe that yes, I'll be able to sustain myself. Yes, it won't be a burden, or it won't be a burden on me or my sponsor to be sponsoring my education. So understanding your cost of attendance is very, very important. You can pay for your, you can finance your education through your savings. I am sure a lot of students do finance their education through their savings. This is one of the easiest options. Second one is going to be your education loans. A lot of you all, again, go ahead and opt for education loans. There are a lot of different banking institutions that provide with education loans. They'll give you a list. They'll check whether your university is in that particular list, and then they'll provide you the education loan. So that's completely a different part. You'll need to speak with the banks. We are also associated with a lot of banking and other different banking institutions like HDFC Credila. So you can just speak with them as well if you'd want to. And the only difference that you'll find here is about the rate of interest, nothing else. Lastly, you can apply for scholarships and assistantships in different countries for different universities. It is not guaranteed, however, it completely depends upon first come first basis. The earlier you apply, the better chance you have of getting scholarships. In terms of assistantships, yes, they are available. They are provided to students who have an amazing profile. For example, you've done like 3 or 4 internships. This is just an example, not that this is the kind of profile which will receive assistantships, but what you can expect is that you probably won't receive an assistantship in the first semester. However, after you've completed your first semester, in the second semester, if you're on good terms with the professor that you would want to work under, he'll definitely, or she will definitely, provide you with an assistantship. Okay. You'll have to understand that irrespective of anyone's financial background, anyone and everyone can study abroad. It's not necessary that you need to be a big shot to be going ahead and studying abroad. We are here to help you out with anything that you all need in terms of finances as well. Not that we'll be paying for you, but yes, we'll help you understand on how you need to manage your finances, or how you can, take loans and everything, and how you can also go ahead and study abroad. Okay, these are just a few of our students, just a few I'm saying because there have been so many students. I could only add so many pictures of so many students who have gone previously. These are a few of the universities again, because there is not much space for me to add all of the universities we're associated with. Most of them in USA, Australia, UK, Canada, Ireland, you name it. We have association with almost all of the universities all over the world. So these are just few of the universities that you can look at. Now, moving on to the Q&A, if you all have any questions at all, we'd be happy to answer them, of course. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. There are questions. I guess Atharva would read them out from the chat box.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for providing us with such information. Now, let's move on to our Q&A session. Guys, if anyone has any queries, you can directly ask or write in the chat box. I will read from the chat box itself.
So I guess you can start reading the questions.
Siddhant's question is like, is GRE still
Hello, everyone.
UTS?
I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Mas, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clearly.
Just check through that. Yeah, able to hear me. Mas, can you just type it down in the chat box if I'm audible? You're audible? Okay. All right. So, yes, great. Okay. Because I think there's some issue on my laptop. I can't hear through the speakers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out the messages in the chat box and I'll answer them accordingly. Okay. All right. So Siddhant has asked, is GRE still waived off? Okay. So Siddhant, for the fall 2021 and January 22, the GRE was waived off for most of the universities. Not all. A lot of universities were still requiring and asking for GRE, but until the Jan 22, a lot of them have waived it off, and most of them were, instead of just waiving off, they had made them optional. Now, when they say optional, it means that if you can take GRE if possible, if it's available in your area, do take it, because what happens is when they say optional, definitely when you provide them a GRE score, the admission committee finds it much more easier to evaluate your profile. Also, in terms of decision making, you'll get probably a quicker decision from the university, and obviously, like Nidhi told you, the GRE obviously helps during the visa process. Now, so that is what we usually ask students. Now, coming in the fall 22 intake, a lot of universities might not waive it off, to be honest. They might make it optional, and a lot of them will still ask. Now, departments like computer science, IT, data science, all those, they definitely always ask for them. So I would suggest that if you have time, even if you do not get very good scores, an average score of 3.0, 3.05, 3.010, no issue. You can go ahead and apply for the GRE. Get the scores and put them during the application process. I'm just turning my camera on. So second question is from Devam Matre. How is University of Buffalo in New York? Okay, so Devam, university as like in overall, University of Buffalo is very amazing. Now I want to understand what department are you talking about, because each and every university has their own ranking, but it does not justify the department. Now some universities have very good IT department, some might have very good nursing, or even probably medicine department. Now the ranking is always dependent on the research facilities or the projects that the professors do in the particular university. Depending on them, depending on the students, alumni, where they get their jobs, that's how their overall ranking increases. Now let's say if you're targeting some another department which the University of Buffalo is not good at, so which one? Industrial. Yeah, it's good. You can definitely consider that. And what is an average semester fee for universities in USA? Okay, so Devam, the university fees differs from university to university. If it's a public university, definitely the semester fees are less compared to the private ones. But due to the funding part, private universities definitely sometimes offer you better scholarship opportunities because they want to always compete with the state universities. So on an average, let's say if you consider state universities, they have their per year fees is somewhere around 15,000 and it ranges until 22,000 USD. Whereas if you go to private universities, it ranges from 20 till 31. Some might even exceed the management courses or business courses are very expensive in most of the private universities. So they always tend to cross 30, 40K USD. Okay, so next is Rahul Patil. Can I apply to Germany for masters through GATE instead of GRE? Rahul, you can do that, but it's only for, I guess, how much I'm aware of, in that particular university, only 3 departments accept GATE. One is civil engineering, another one is electrical and IT, and third one I'm not remembering, but there are only 3 particular departments that are accepting GATE. So if you are open to some other universities as well, I would suggest giving GRE just a given attempt. It's not very, if you're already cleared GATE, so that means that you will get a very good score in GRE. So it's a one-time investment. You can get good scores in GRE, which is accepted by most of the universities across the world. Yeah, so third one is mechanical. I just remembered. So third is mechanical. So these 3 departments in that particular university is accepting GATE. Mohammed Qureshi, which would be a good option for education in abroad for doing masters in engineering? Okay, so Mohammed, I'm assuming that you're asking about the location. So location for masters in engineering are definitely, I would suggest 4 places. One is USA, definitely number 1, because they have almost every department in engineering very much well. The curriculum is well structured. Their research facilities are amazing. So one is obviously USA, Canada. UK, I would suggest, because UK, when you want to do some specialization in that particular masters, so UK is a place where specialization is the key. They have a lot of specialization. For example, in Masters of Engineering Management, just for example, in that also, if you want to do some electives of data science, so UK is a place which would directly give you that particular course. The universities, yes, we need to find out which university will offer it, but I'm very sure that they have almost every specialization that usually students look as elective options. Okay, Chinmay, I've got a job at T. I need to. Chinmay, yes, definitely. I'm so sorry, but you have India and you want to go abroad, so definitely you need to give them your resignation or leaving letter prior, or almost like 2 months prior to whatever your leaving conditions are with your current organization. But yes, once you go there for the masters, you need to understand that the masters course is very rigorous. So even after landing in Germany, when you try to do a part-time job, they have a selected number of hours only for you to do, because the curriculum is as such that you will be completely occupied with your course there for the masters course. So you cannot have the time to go ahead and do another job. You can do internships. You can speak to TCS prior to that yes, I'm going for this particular course and it will help me out in the current position. When I come back, they are going to offer you the same offer, or they will allow you to rejoin. Then that's one of the cases. Rohit Waje, do we need to make different SOPs for different universities, or will the same SOP work if I apply for a similar field? Okay, so Rohit, you do not have to make different SOPs. Let's say if you're just targeting one course, that is Masters of Mechanical Engineering, or let's say Masters of Computer Science. If you do not want to go for the specialization in that and you just want to make it in general, then you can make just one SOP straight away. But yes, in that particular SOP, what you need to do is, yes, so in that particular SOP, you need to change the professor's name, obviously. So that's one of the things, because you will be writing for different universities and you will tell them that I was inspired by so-and-so professor. So the name and their research work cannot be the same. So yes, you can use one single SOP for the similar course in different universities. Anush Sharma, what all countries can I get through GATE examination? Anush, I think only Singapore and Germany are the 2 countries where a few universities are accepting GATE examination. Like I said in the previous question, that if you have an opportunity, if you have already given your GATE exam, GRE is like peanuts for you, because if you're already clear gate, I've done gate myself when I was after my BMS. I was trying for aeronautics. I did my aeronautics engineering, and then I applied for gate. So during that time, I know the gate is very tough, but if you clear that, then GRE is very easy, because later on I went on to teaching GRE to few of my students. So I would suggest take GRE once, give it a try, because that will open a lot of options in different countries. Then you are in a better position to take a call where you want to go. Morris Raj, is IELTS mandatory for doing MS in mechanical engineering UK? Okay, so Morris Raj, in UK, IELTS is necessary. A lot of universities waive it off IELTS on the basis that in your 12th, your English test is you have scored somewhere around 72 or above, or 75 marks in your 12th. But those universities are limited. So I would say yes, give your IELTS, because that will again help you for the visa part also. Pritam Tambe, does giving GATE and just qualifying increase my chances with a decent IELTS and GPA of 8 plus? So Pritam, yes, if you have given your GATE and qualified it in that particular university where you're applying, if they do accept GATE, then definitely what we usually do for students is, in such cases, we email on students' behalf to the college or university and speak with the admission committee professor. In that, what we do is we ask the professor that whether it's okay if we provide you with the GATE scores. And if they do not accept GATE, then definitely you can add this achievement in your SOP, which will highlight your SOP and definitely increase your chance for the getting an admission. Pritam Tambe, is there a scholarship for blocked accounts for studying in Germany? It depends from. I don't think they will allow you scholarship if it's from the block account, but you still need to directly email the university and check that. Mostly they won't, but I think you can give it a try by emailing them. Roshan Kundar, due to COVID, there have been absolutely no opportunities for internship. What will that be considered for fall in Germany? Okay, so Roshan, if you are already following the recent trends in these countries, so if you know that Europe as complete place has they started opening the universities earlier than anyone in the world, even before USA. So it started with UK, it went on to Ireland, then Germany, now Spain, Italy. They have also opened all their universities, and they are trying to take most of the classes face to face, that is in on campus. So yes, the internship opportunities, as long as the campuses are open, it will be the same. Before that, they used to during the pandemic, yes, when the campuses were closed, there were no opportunities. You had to try more in the outside the campus area, in some restaurants or as such. But also since there was no business, it was affected. But right now, everything has resumed. Even there, most of you are following football or any other sports in Europe. The stadiums have resumed. Fans have resumed. So in and all, the business in entire Europe is back on their feet. So yes, definitely you can expect a lot of opportunities in. Especially in Germany, yeah, you can look into that as well. Ma'am, I want to take admission for my master's program for Germany 22. So when will I have to give GRE and which month I have to apply for the admission? So Salman, Nidhi has already explained the timeline. So you can give, if you are already prepared with your GRE preparations and you have already given your mock test, I would suggest take us a week or two. Find a better date where you can, give your GRE and go ahead. And if you have not started yet, then I would suggest at least take 1.5 months to prepare GRE, and you can take it in the month of mid-November also if you want to start from now. What are the requirements to get a scholarship? So Divyanka, scholarship, I'll explain you in short how it works. So for any particular college or university, when you send out your applications, you're automatically eligible for a scholarship which is called as academic scholarship. Now this academic scholarship in different countries or different universities are named differently. Some are called as Indian academic scholarship or just Indian scholarship. Somewhere they're just called as your just basic scholarship. So it depends from countries to countries, but yes, you do not have to fill out a different application to get scholarship. All you need to do is write a very strong SOP that we usually do for our students, and most of our students tend to end up with a good scholarship. So with your entire profile, when we add a lot of good things about you in your SOP, we highlight in such a way that for the admission committee, it's very appealing to read the entire thing. So in such cases, yes, you don't have to do anything else. your profile will get you the scholarship. You do not have to apply differently. And in requirements, it's like your GPA, your extracurricular activities you have done, internships. If you've done a research project or as such publishing, you need to mention everything there. I'm in the final year of BE Mechanical before passing my masters. Before passing, may I apply for master? Yes, yes, you can do that. If you're in your last year of your engineering, you can definitely go ahead. We can send out the applications. You do get a conditional offer stating that once you complete your bachelor's, you have to provide with the final mark sheets. Okay, guys, just quickly, just want to tell you this. We are short on time. We have 5 minutes left. So what I want to tell you before it ends up is that we are going to conduct a new week, a special discount week in the coming month. That would be from 10th of October till 15th of October. If you guys are interested in getting our services, and we definitely want to help you out in each and everything. So if you guys can come in groups from your departments with your friends, so we are offering a huge discount up to like it's like it ranges from your numbers. If you get a group of 5, we tend to give more than 5,000 to 6,000 discount from our end. And what other things that we definitely do is we try to save a lot of money of yours by giving you fee waivers, discounts on application fees. So that is something I want to tell you, that if you guys are interested, and this is the right time for you to get enrolled and start with the process. So we make timeline for each and every student so that you focus on your last semesters, and we'll do the entire work. So that is why I would suggest that you get in touch with us as soon as possible, even after the webinar. It's okay. And if your friends, everyone are planning together, I would suggest you come enroll with us together in a group. So that will give you discount and obviously save a lot of money. Even if you are alone, no issues. You can come meet us, give us a Zoom call. Anything is fine. Be it late at night, we are always available for our students. We are still in contact with a lot of students who already flown for the September intake. So I'm just resuming back to the questions again. Due to COVID, I was not able to get any internship in India. Will I still get chances of admission German universities? Yes, definitely. It won't make any much difference if you have not got any internships here because of COVID. You can definitely we'll definitely add that in the SOP too. Which scholarships can we apply for and when? I'm in third year. So like I said, Niyati, that your scholarship, you will be automatically eligible for academic scholarship. You do not have to, mention something else or fill out any other form. So when you send out an application, a university will definitely consider you depending on your entire profile and the fundings and the timeline of your application sent. So the earlier we can apply for you with a good SOP that we write and the letter of recommendation, the more other chances that you get a scholarship. How are the part-time jobs in the USA? Do students get job related to industries in the dying phase? Yes, they do. Part-time jobs, you can get 20 hours a week and you get up to $8 to $10 or sometimes 12 to 15 depending on the location of the university. So by the end of the month, you're able to earn somewhere around 600 to 800 USD. So definitely you can do that. All right. So I think we have summed up almost all the questions. And I would like to thank everyone who spared the time on this national holiday and attended our webinar, joined us. I hope it was informative and we tried to get a lot of more queries. I would love that if you can, get in touch with us. We'll definitely get back in touch with you and we'll be, try to make a contact and to help you out with each and every step in this entire process. Maz, over to you.
Yes, Atul, you can start.
So I guess we are done with the Q&A session. Moving further, I would now like to call upon Sahej Sheikh to propose a vote of thanks.
As if you can,
A very good evening to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of ASME RGIT. I would like to thank Ms. Nidhi Rangari and Mr. Abhijit Bhati for giving their valuable insights and guiding us all for pursuing a master's degree in foreign countries. I would like to thank all the volunteers of ASME RGIT and management team who made this event possible. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all those who are present here who made this event a great success. Once again, I thank everyone from the bottom of my heart and I hope you have a great evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nidhi ma'am. Thank you very much. Abhijit. So
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye bye, sir. Thank you so much.
I'm ending it, okay? Or are they saying something?